everybody. My name is Whitney Dunagan. I'm a registered dietitian at Southern Indiana Rehab Hospital, and I'm joined today by Janet Steffens. She is an extension educator for Purdue University in Floyd County. And today we're going to be doing several different recipes for breakfast, and all of these recipes are going to include fruits and vegetables. So yes, we can have vegetables for breakfast. The reason why we're doing this video is we are a part of the Floyd County Nutrition Coalition. And the goal of the Nutrition Coalition is to increase fruit and vegetable consumption among all age groups. So in order to do that, we need some recipes to encourage us on how and the different ingredients that we need to have for each meal. So today we're starting with breakfast. And the first recipe that we have is called an egg white and veggie breakfast sandwich. The first thing that we would be doing is making a small egg patty. And I'm going to tell you how I did that. We've already got it prepared here. You can see it's a small little patty. The bowl that I made this in is this exact little bowl. So you want a bowl that has a small surface on the bottom. And what we're going to do first is in this small bowl, we're going to spray it with some cooking spray. And then you're going to take some chopped bell peppers, maybe a couple tablespoons, however many you like, some chopped onion, and you're just going to put that in the bottom of this bowl. You're then going to put it into the microwave, and we're going to microwave it for 30 seconds until it's soft. The next thing that you'll do is get 2 egg whites or a half a cup of an egg substitute, whichever you prefer, and you're going to put it into the bowl, mix it around just a little bit. Then you'll take your spinach, just a small handful of spinach, or a large handful, we'll encourage you to do more, into your bowl, mix it up, and put it in the microwave for another 30 seconds. It won't be completely cooked in 30 seconds, but just do 30 seconds at a time, check it. You may need to adjust it a little bit as far as with a fork. Just keep cooking it until it's pretty much set. So it's going to look like this, just a small patty, okay?
Do you think it's necessary to use a food thermometer to check the egg to make sure it's done?
It's never a bad idea to check the temperature of your food. For the most part, for an egg white, as long as it's cooked through and you can see that there's no runny area and that if you were to touch it, it wouldn't stick on your finger, that's where it's typically done. If you have a food thermometer, feel free to go ahead and check it. That's not a bad idea at all. So the next thing we have is a whole grain English muffin, which you should toast at home if you like it toasted. And then we have a piece of Swiss cheese. Swiss cheese is a very low sodium cheese, and this is also a type of cheese that is lower in fat. So that would be a great option, to add some calcium and some protein to your sandwich along with your egg. So we're just going to open up our English muffin. And again, you would probably want to toast this. This one particularly isn't toasted, but that would be a great thing to do. Then we're going to add our cheese. And then we've got our egg patty. And we'll just put it right on the English muffin. And top it with our cheese. And you can put it in the microwave again if you'd like, if you want the cheese to be a little bit more melted. And to round out the vegetables that are in this particular meal, go ahead and have some grapes on the side, a half of a banana, some slices of apple, whatever you like to even add more nutrition to this particular item. What do you think, Janet?
I think that looks delicious. And again, is this one serving? Is this full?
This is one serving.
Okay,
So it's a very filling meal. You have calcium, you have protein, you have your vegetables, and you have a whole grain. So this is a wonderful, quick breakfast. You can even make these patties up ahead of time, put them in the freezer, and just put them in the microwave for about 30 seconds. And you don't have to worry about how long it'll take to cook the egg. You can go ahead and maybe on a Sunday night make 5 or 6 of these eggs, put them in the freezer, and they're good to go for the next week.
You know, often I hear people feeling hesitant to eat eggs because somehow they think they're not good for them. As a dietitian, what do you say about that?
Eggs are a great source of protein, and for the most part, nobody has many qualms with egg whites. It's mostly the egg yolk. The egg yolk is where you're going to find the fat of the egg, but there's also a whole lot of different vitamins that are actually found within the egg yolk. I don't discourage people from eating a whole egg. The recommendation has now been kind of lifted. It was always no more than 3 whole eggs in a week. Now the recommendation has lifted to where they say you can have 1 whole egg and unlimited egg whites in your day. So the only reason why there's a little bit of a hesitant attitude towards a whole egg is because of the cholesterol. But if you're eating the egg along with other healthy items, that shouldn't be a real problem. But 1 whole egg, unlimited egg white. So that's a great source of protein for us.
That's good to know. Thank
Yeah.
you.
All right, so our next recipe that we're going to do, this one could be a snack, it could be a dinner, however you want it. I particularly like this as a breakfast item because it's really quick. So, Janet, if you would like to slice this banana for me, just into rounds is just fine.
Certainly.
Put this over here for you. Stick that there so that stays down a little bit. So Janet's going to be slicing the banana. We're just going to make it into small rounds. Doesn't have to be anything special. And so what we're using for this is a whole grain tortilla. So these are 100% whole wheat tortillas. You can get them at any store these days. It's a great source of fiber, which we can all use some extra fiber in our lives. So we've just got our whole grain tortilla, and then we've got our banana chopped up. And what we're going to add next is any type of nut butter that you like. Particularly today I'm using almond butter, but you can use any nut butter. If you like peanut butter, if you like walnut butter, whatever it is that you like, we're going to use that. So we're going to use about 1 tablespoon, it doesn't have to be exact, of the nut butter. And we're just going to put it right down on the center of the tortilla. And this is a great way to use up bananas if you feel like they're starting to get a little ripe on you. Just throw them in a tortilla with some nut butter.
That smells so good.
It does, I know. It smells really good. I'm a fan of the almond butter. And then we're just going to take our bananas and we're just going to put them right down the center and do as many or as few as you'd like. If you're not a huge banana person and you just want a small row, that's okay. All right, and then the next thing that we're going to do is add a little bit of a different texture, and we're going to do that with our craisins and our raisins. We're just going to do a little mix. So you can, again, do as many as you'd like. We're just going to do a quick sprinkle of some craisins. And I'll put those back over there for that next one. And then a little sprinkle of raisins, just to have 2 different flavors in there of your dried fruit. If you like to add even more crunch and you want to put, a tablespoon of a whole grain cereal, or if you like, cinnamon, some type of spice, feel free. And then all we're going to do is roll this up like a little burrito, and it's good to go. You're ready to just head out the door. So it'd be great if you just wrap it in a paper towel, wrap it in some saran wrap, take it with you. Great source of fiber. You've got 2 different fruits, and you have a really good source of protein with the nut butter. So another really easy way to have a quick breakfast but adding in a fruit or vegetable. Okay, so our next breakfast item that we're going to do, it's called the Good Morning Yogurt Parfait. And the protein in this particular option, I do encourage you to have some type of protein at every meal, just because it's a great way to keep ourselves full throughout the day. Making sure we get our essential nutrients. So our protein in this particular recipe is going to come from Greek yogurt. If you don't like Greek yogurt, you can always use a regular yogurt. The Greek yogurt in particular just has more protein. It does have less calcium than a regular yogurt, so if you're looking for a product that has more calcium, you may want to go for the regular variety. If your goal is to add more protein, the Greek yogurt's a great option. Still has a good amount of calcium, just less than what you typically find in a regular yogurt.
So did you say this is fat-free?
It is a fat-free, it's a fat-free vanilla yogurt.
Okay, and sometimes I notice with fat-free products, if you check the label, there's more sugar or maybe some more salt to make it taste better.
Sure.
So that's always a consideration.
It is, and for the most part, something like a yogurt, that's not going to be the case. If you get something like a salad dressing that's fat-free, they have to do something different to it. Whereas with the yogurt, they're just going to use a fat-free milk instead of a higher calorie, higher fat milk. So with your yogurt, it's not going to add any extra fat or any extra sodium, salt, sugar, things like that. And if you are concerned about the amount of sugar, you can go for a traditional no sweetened yogurt. Completely up to you what you like. This one in particular sweetened with stevia, so it takes some of the sugar out, but you do have a naturally occurring sugar of lactose in any of your milk products, so you'll never see a milk product that's 0 sugar. It's usually going to have at least 12 grams of sugar, which is going to be your lactose. Okay.
Okay, good.
So the first thing that we're going to do, we have about a half a cup of grapes. Today I'm using red grapes. Use whatever grapes you like, or even whatever fruit you like. If you don't particularly like grapes, substitute blueberries, strawberries, any type of fruit that you like.
And those are seedless.
These are seedless, and I've pre-washed them. So I'm just going to dump these into my yogurt. I've got about a half a cup of yogurt that is left in this container. I'm just going to mix it around. I like to pre-mix it. If you want to layer it, that's okay too. And then we just have a serving glass. This is a really quick, easy breakfast as well if you're on the go, if you're always looking for something quick. So we're just going to layer. We're going to put our grapes in the bottom. May not be able to fit all the grapes in, but that's okay. Getting close. All right, so we've got our grapes.
You did a good
Thank
job
you.
on that.
Thank you. I know, I was hoping I was going to get it everywhere. And then the next thing that we're going to do is top it with some different textures. So the first thing I have is a quarter cup of a high fiber cereal. And this is where you're going to get the whole grain, the high fiber portion of this particular meal. That's what I'm trying to add to every meal, is at least one serving of a good whole grain. So this is just a quarter cup of a high fiber cereal.
And I think what a lot of people may not realize is that we all have a goal for fiber every day.
We do. We want to try to get at least 25 to 35 grams of fiber every day. Fiber is excellent for lowering our cholesterol, helping regulate bowels, all of the things that are very important, not only, as we age, but just in general throughout all of our life cycles, is making sure that we have enough fiber. So 25 to 35 grams is what we look for. So we've got our cereal on top. I'm going to add just a little bit more crunch with as much as you'd like, but I'm just going to do about a tablespoon of walnuts. I'm getting awfully full here, but it looks delicious.
It does look wonderful.
And then I'm also going to just do a small little tablespoon or so of some craisins right on top.
I like the color, and that'll add just a little sweetness.
Yeah. All right, so this is our last breakfast idea, and this is your Good Morning Yogurt Parfait. Again, it's incorporating two different types of fruit, one in the form of grapes, one in the form of dried cranberries. Then we've got our peanut butter banana roll-up and our egg white and veggie morning sandwich. So all of these are going to be found on the Nutrition Coalition's website at, do you remember the website?
Yes, it's
I'm going to test you.
www.wellnesscsi.com.
Thank you so much, Janet, and thank you.
Thank